Gestella, fully energized, then said to Geras, I do not want to absorb your power, it reeks of corruption. But given the circumstances there was no choice. This made Geras angry. She immediately activated her spell from beneath Gestella. Gestella immediately shifted to her red fog state. As Geras began her attack, they were useless, cause Gestella was able to avoid every single attack with ease. As Geras saw Gestella was getting closer to her, she puts more energy into the attack. She then noticed her attack has began to hit the fog. But it was too late, Gestella was already close. Gestella charged at Geras, but she was able to dodge the attack. Gestella then said, your attacks won't do anything to me. Geras replied, don't act so high and mighty. Geras then summoned a lot of magic circles. This time as she unleashed her attack, it was more powerful and brutal. But Gestella was able to avoid every single attack and then went straight for Geras. As Gestella reached Geras, she charged her attack, but Geras was able to generate a shield. As their attack collided, it caused an explosion which sent both of them backwards. As Geras looked at Gestella, she then noticed, Gestella has absorbed some of her blood again. This made Geras angry. She then decided it was time to go all out. She raised her hand, and power seemed to split the very sky open. This moment was the only time Gestella was surprised in the battle. Geras summoned a very gigantic golden sword. This time Geras was prepared to kill Gestella. At that moment even Iodore and Caden couldn't help but notice the sword. Iodore tried to tell Geras to stop, but it was too late. Geras gathered her energy and directed the blade to Gestella. Gestella immediately went straight for the sword. Caden was shocked at her resolve. She locked in and gathered her energy, generating a figure that seemed like the Grim Reaper. Geras' blade versus Gestella Reaper. As their attack collided, there was a large explosion. Iodore and Caden were both caught up in the explosion. After the bright explosion, no one was heavily injured. Gestella has a few bruises, while Geras seemed to be out of energy. At that moment Geras couldn't believe Gestella blocked her blade. She then said, you curse my power and call it corruption, yet you're using it so well. Gestella didn't even feel the need to reply to her provocation. At that moment Geras knew if the battle continues she couldn't guarantee the outcome. Gestella was far stronger than they anticipated. Gestella had been hiding her powers just like her. She then said to Iodore, let's withdraw. Iodore was not ready to leave. She then said, if you don't want to, I'll just withdraw alone, you can stay here. At that moment Iodore knew he didn't have any other choice. He then told Caden he was lucky. But Caden then said, running away like a rat, what nonsense is that? Iodore was about to continue the fight but Geras called his name. This was her final warning. They both flew away at an incredible speed. Geras then commended Iodore for withdrawing since dragging the fight won't do them any good. Caden then approached Gestella and asked if she was okay. She simply replied, yes. Caden then said, your power, it was impressive. Gestella was left speechless.